Hi guys. Now, since I've carried out all my health and fitness assessments, I've decided to write myself some SMART goals. So, if you're not familiar with the term SMART, it stands for specific, measurable, action orientated, achievable, agreed, realistic, and timed. So, you probably see that the A's got sort of several meanings. The most commonly used meaning for us is action orientated, so that's quite important to us. So I'll talk through it as I explain what my goals are. So if you look at the top row, it says, what is your goal? Be very, very specific. So when goals are specific, they can't be left open to interpretation. So we make sure that we make that goal as specific as possible. Now, what we also do is we tend to break goals down from long term into medium term and to short term. The reason we do that is because we give ourselves little milestones. If we only just have a long term goal, then we need to have some little check in points to make sure that we're on track for achieving the long term goal, because we don't want to get to the long term and go, oh, we haven't achieved it. So we break it down. It makes it less intimidating as well. So if I use my example there, we're going to actually start with a long-term goal. So if you look at the end column, I've got down here to reduce waist circumference from 91 to 81 centimeters. So when I did my fitness assessments, I saw that actually my waist was in the low risk category. So from a health point of view, I don't necessarily need to reduce my waist circumference. However, that's a personal goal of mine. I know I will be more athletic, my physique will look better if I have a smaller waist. And I've decided to make that a 10 centimeter loss. So I know that when my waist has been sort of near its smallest, it's being sort of close to 81 centimeters, and I was pretty happy with that when it was around that sort of number. So that's why I've chosen that. Now, that is an intimidating goal, 10 centimeters lost from my waist. So I've broken that down over in the medium term. So I've given myself a milestone of a 5 centimeter loss. So to reduce waist circumference from 91 to 86 centimeters. And then I've given myself a even shorter term milestone to reduce waist circumference from 91 to 90. So that's just 1 centimeter loss. So that's why we do that. We break it down, small little chunks. Now, if we go back to long-term goal, I'm going to read the rest of the rows. So it says, how do you plan on measuring the progress of this goal? So it's important that whenever you write a goal, you've got a really good idea of how you can measure it. If you can't measure it, it's not a SMART goal. So if you don't have a system or a metric for measuring the achievement of your goal, it's not a SMART goal. So I'm going to use a tape measure every Sunday evening at 7 p.m. So I've been really specific there. So every Sunday evening at 7 p.m, I'm going to measure my waist and check that I'm on track for achieving these goals. So I'm looking to see a centimetre loss on my waist every Sunday evening. Next row, it says, what actions do you need to take in order for you to achieve this goal? Well, I need to track my calories in and my calories out and ensure that I've got a 500 calorie deficit. Now, obviously, all this stuff, it's not an exact science. It's pretty good. It's not an exact science, so there will need to be some tweaks along the way. So some of this stuff might need to be revised depending on how the results are going. But we've got a really good plan there. So, if we've got some good metrics that we're measuring, then we can always tweak things depending on what sort of results we get. So that's the actions. Now, is this goal challenging but realistic? Well, yeah, it is. I mean, anything to do with living in a calorie deficit is going to be a bit of a challenge. Is it realistic? Well, 500 calorie deficit is certainly within the recommendations by the American College of Sports Medicine. So we can be pretty confident with a 500 calorie deficit that it's going to come from fat, the weight loss there. So I don't want to lose muscle. I want to maintain my strength. But with that sort of small deficit, we can be pretty confident it's going to be mainly fat that I'm losing, hopefully no muscle. Now, I've got a little box there that says if the answer is yes, then put a tick in the box. If no, then revise the goal. So that's just a reminder for me that yeah, if it's not realistic, I need to start again. So no revision required. Now, what is the time frames? This is really important here. So my long-term goal is obviously my birthday. So 7th of July 2019. That's 12 weeks away, starting Monday. Now, the medium-term goal, I've put the 26th of the 5th, 2019. So that's 6 weeks. That's halfway through my 12-week challenge. So I've got like a halfway milestone, midterm milestone. And that's why I've halved the centimetre loss. So long-term goal was to lose 10 centimetres, midterm goal 5 centimetres. Pretty straightforward. And then short-term, that's actually a week after I start the challenge. So that's the second Sunday of the challenge. So I want to lose 1 centimetre after my first week. And then the last box, it says, what would it mean to you to achieve your goals, and how would it improve your life? Well, this bit's really important because it starts to get you thinking really deeply about whether you really want this goal or not. And actually, if you start thinking, I don't know, I don't actually think it's really going to improve my life, or I don't know if actually really that excited about it, it's probably not going to be a very good goal to have. So rethink it. Now, if you start getting emotional and breaking down and get really upset almost about the goal, then that's not necessarily a bad thing either, because it means you've got an emotional attachment to this goal. It's so important to you. It's actually making you, emotional. So I'll try not to get emotional here, but I've got down here, when I achieve this goal, I will have a healthier and more athletic physique, which will improve my performance in most other areas of my fitness. This will give me more confidence and self-esteem personally and professionally. I will also feel very proud to have achieved this at the age of 40. So, I'm picturing myself 12 weeks from now and feeling really, really proud of myself and more confident with better self-esteem. And, who doesn't want that? So that is my SMART goal setting. I'm also going to create one of these for my